Hey everybody, it's Dave here from Dragonhill Games, and I'm really excited to show you guys a new deck I've been working on for a couple of weeks now. You may have seen some of the lists floating around that use Colossus Hammer. In fact, Saffron Olive did one a little while back that was pretty awesome. What I didn't particularly like about all the lists I saw was it was too much of an all-in strategy for me. You pretty much needed to have all of your pieces and for your opponent to not have removal, which is a lot to ask for against a good quality modern deck. So I decided to put together more of a mid-range control infect variant. Don't get me wrong, this deck can still kill your opponent on turn 3. In fact, I'm going to show you guys a video of that in just a moment before we get to the deck tech. But this list has really been designed to stall your opponents in the early part of the game, and then move on turn 4 or 5 when the time is right. Okay, let's have a quick look at a turn 3 kill I got against a Boggles opponent who was on the play in round 1 of a tournament.
So you said you're keeping?
Yep.
Yes, I will keep as well. Blade cover skill. Draw. Play a tap Glacial Fortress, I'll say go. Ow. Swing for 3. Swing for 3, I'm at 17. There you go. Ink Moth Nexus.
Okay.
Tap 1 Colossus Hammer.
Okay.
I'll say go ahead.
Shock myself.
Sure.
18.
I still have some. I know Dave has some.
Okay, resolves.
Okay.
You're gonna be smacking me for a lot here. So and a Ledge Walker, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Swing for 5.
You got it, I'm at 12.
You're good.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Play a Steam Vents, pay 2.
Okay.
Activate the Ink Moth Nexus.
Okay.
Swing.
I cannot do anything.
No blocks. Before damage, I'll equip the hammer.
That's game.
Good game.
Alright, let's talk some deck tech. So as I'm sure you've probably figured out, more often than not, the deck is going to be winning by attaching a Colossus Hammer to either a Blighted Agent or an Ink Moth Nexus for an instant kill. The reason why I took a control approach to this deck is because I wanted to be able to reliably do that against some of today's best modern decks. So let's look at how we're going to accomplish this. I elected to run 3 copies of the hammer because drawing one when you already have one feels bad, and there are other ways in the deck to go fetch one out. Once we have a hammer in hand, we need a way to equip it to a creature at instant speed, and without paying the equip cost, and we have 2 ways of going about doing that. Sigarda's Aid is an enchantment for 1 white that allows us to cast equipment spells as though they had flash, and whenever an equipment enters the battlefield under our control, we may attach it to a creature that we control. If we are using this path, we'll need to have Sigarda's Aid in play before we declare combat, and the hammer in hand. And Magnetic Theft allows us to attach an equipment to a creature at instant speed for 1 red. With this path, we will need to have the hammer in play before we enter combat. Whichever route you choose to attach the hammer, make sure you do so after the declare blocker step, to avoid having your opponent flash in a creature that could block, or potentially vial in a creature that could block. So now that we've figured out what our plan of attack is, let's look at how we can make that plan become a reality. We couldn't ask for a better tutor than Steel Shaper's Gift. For just 1 white mana, we can search our library for an equipment, reveal it, and put it in our hand, so we'll be running 4 of these. I also elected to run 1 copy of Sword of Feast and Famine and 1 copy of Sword and Fire and Ice as additional protection against removal heavy colors. As mentioned earlier, more often than not, we are going to be winning by one-shotting our opponent with either Inkmoth Nexus or Blighted Agent, and the deck runs 4 copies of both of those. That said, the deck runs 1 copy of Snapcaster Mage as an alternate win condition. Snapcaster gives us the ability to flashback a much-needed counterspell at the right time. From time to time, you will find yourself playing a drawn-out control-style matchup. In these games, Snapcaster can become particularly lethal if you equip one of the swords to him. And finally, let's have a look at our control package. The deck runs 4 copies of Path to Exile. These are fantastic at removing early game threats, as well as getting anything out of our way that could block our Inkmoth Nexus. We're also running 4 copies of Spell Pierce as a nice low-cost way to deal with any instant speed removal that could be problematic when we're ready to flash equip our hammer. 4 copies of Remand give us a nice way to buy an extra turn, as well as replacing itself with its draw a card effect. And if we have just enough mana to go for it, Pact of Negation is extra insurance against surprise removal. And finally, let's have a look at our land package. The lands are pretty straightforward in that we are running 3 copies of Scalding Tarn and 2 each of Arid Mesa and Flooded Strand. These pair up with 4 Steam Vents and 2 Hollowed Fountains. And lastly, we are running 3 Glacial Fortress and 1 each of basic Plains, Mountain, and Islands. As always, our sideboard needs to have quality answers to today's top tier decks. Rest in Peace helps us deal with graveyard strats, and Stony Silence is great for our deck because we can shut down artifact strategies while still being able to equip the hammer using Sigarda's Aid or Magnetic Theft. Pithing Needle is a great side-in against Tron as we can shut down their maps early or even Karn in a little bit of a later matchup. And it's a great answer to Liliana the Veil, as we don't have a convenient way to stop her edict effect. Chalice on 1 and Ensnaring Bridge are both serious problems for our deck should they hit the battlefield. Wear and Tear helps us deal nicely with those, while also giving us additional enchantment removal should we happen to face off against Boggles or some other enchantment-heavy strategy. This deck does quite well at racing against aggressive decks, but I'm still running 3 copies of Supreme Verdict as additional support. Relic of Progenitus provides extra graveyard hate, while helping filter through the deck with its cantrip effect. And lastly, Surgical Extraction has a plethora of good uses. Alright, let's have a look at some more tournament gameplay. We always recommend shopping at your local game store. However, if there's something you can't find locally, we have provided a link for every card you see in this video in the description. Using that link will help support this channel.
Okay, good luck.
Good luck. Oh, you're the mole that.
Yeah, me too. No land is probably not good.
Oh yeah, same.
I'm like, oh, I got all my goodies. Oh wait, I have 0 land.
Yeah, same here. That's awesome.
Not adequate. Okay. I'm gonna keep.
I can.
And I'm going to put.
Going down to 5.
Yeah, if I inbreeded your
I think I'm putting.
Creatures with 0 power, nothing can attack by no cards in hand. And then I'll cast
That on the bottom.
Keep.
Just don't capture anything that's on cost. So that just goes to your graveyard.
It's like the many counter spells.
Yeah. This deck is designed to not let you play yourself. So I'm looking at my option.
Shock myself.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Scout.
Yep.
Draw. play a Flooded Strand. I'm going to sig out.
Okay. Tap.
Rancor, yep.
We're good?
Yep.
Swing for 3.
Okay, 17.
Here we go.
Fetch.
Yep.
16. Untap, upkeep, draw.
Yep.
So I sacrificed this spell for it. I can create any artifact from my library. So I'll put Auto Quiz during my turn. That is actually in my hand. So and I can pass turn. So this guy will attack. Yeah, because he's 1 power. And these cannot.
Glacial Fortress.
Okay.
I'm gonna Steel Shaper's Gift.
Okay, you're gonna look for the hammer.
Look for an artifact. Yeah, get Colossal Hammer.
Okay.
Colossus Hammer.
Okay.
It just gets down when you cast it. So if you cast it, it'll just go to your graveyard. It'll never hit the field.
This goes to hand.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's very much nothing you can do at this point.
Swing for 3.
Go to 13.
Go ahead.
So that's 2, so it goes to your graveyard. Never hits the field. That's why I'm saying I want it.
Play Inkmoth.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Let him deck himself a bill.
Hammer.
Play Scout as aid.
This lets me play.
Okay.
So that's, I can cast auras and equipment as though they had flash.
Yep.
And when an equipment enters the battlefield, attach its target creature I control.
Okay.
Go ahead.
How many cards I actually have in hand? My card count is 0.
Swing for 3.
So that's what that says. And
It was 10.
Go ahead.
I'll use this. It's not through your library. Yeah, last time. And then bring my hand
Play Glacial Fortress.
Yep.
So pass. Define arrow. Keep. I get to draw. And then I think it's so I have 0 cards in here.
You got a path over there.
No, I know.
You keep keeping that white mana open.
Oh, I know. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't know what I'm talking about. You don't know what I'm talking about, eh?
Exactly.
And a Supreme Verdict. Destroy all creatures.
Okay. Returns my hand.
Go ahead. Now you got 2 white mana open for that path, eh?
No, I know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm talking about, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you don't know what I'm talking about. If you have 2 paths, I'm gonna freaking puke. Animate Inkmoth Nexus.
Okay.
Go to combat.
Okay. I'll take that.
So you're not okay. Obviously, no blocks. Nothing. No effects before blocks.
No effects before blocks.
Okay, I'm gonna flash in the hammer and attach it to the
Okay, interspawns with the flash.
spell
Fucking
pierce.
do that.
I will be on the play. Good luck.
Good luck.
Although I'm not 100% sure that you're gonna need it. Oh, that's
If I pull hands like this, I'll need it.
Unfortunate.
That's
I want to pray a bit. I think I'll pray a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it.
I had 2 sorcerer spyglasses in hand, a mox, one of my desert mill land, and one of those gear prints, but I had no way to cast anything. So I was like, no, can't keep this.
No.
I can cast my mox opal and I can play my 1 land, and then that's it. Pretty good. Bottom of that.
Good.
Yeah, we're good to go on this side.
Go ahead.
I could have blocked, but
Site,
he never knows when he's
Okay.
That's why. Move combat, swing the ball. Yeah, but it doesn't.
Sure. Taking mox opal, casting mox opal.
No.
Response?
Spell pierce.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Play Enigma. I'm gonna say go ahead.
I can still play. Sure. Yes, I can still play.
Touch.
Sure.
Yeah, that's why I said yeah.
A chance.
Yeah. That's why I said I made a mistake. See? 2 more cards. Yeah. Okay. Man, you could have gotten that. No. Well.
Didn't know that mox opal is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt me, Dave.
If I had just
Again, like right at the top.
Remains to be seen.
Well, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I'm looking at 2 mana open, and I can smell a spell pierce or a remand. I can smell it through the air. So we'll see what happens.
It's just floating there.
It's just floating. I can smell it.
Spell pierce mana.
I'm telling you, I can smell it. Spyglass. It's Pithing Needle, but I also get to look at your hand. From Ixalan, pretty cool card.
Remains.
Sure.
Draw a card.
Best turn.
Mother trucker.
I mean, I could just be dead this turn.
Oh, mother trucker. No, if I had.
Sounds like I'm not dead.
Oh, okay, too late. Of course, all I needed was white, and you were dead this turn.
That's a bugger.
Oh, this feels bad.
No, you still need 1 more. Because if you had white, you cast your enchantment, then you animate the ink moth, then you don't have
Yeah,
time to cast the artifact.
that's true.
I wouldn't be dead, but wouldn't be pleasant.
I'm gonna animate ink moth, swing for 1,
Take 1 infection.
and I'm gonna say.
that was.
Go
That doesn't
ahead.
matter. And then another land.
Cast E for 0.
Sure.
Ink moth, scary Dave.
Wow, this is scary.
Ancient Strings.
You got it.
All your runner decks, yeah, sound like the one. I always end up having more lands I ever need.
Not casting.
Did I tell you about the one
Or
not being 7 inch?
I guess I could cast. Then I'll crack it looking at your top card.
Well, where like you put the you play the values before you should and then you pile
And I'll pass.
and then it puts the count. So like because normally right
Mother
you play
trucker.
I'm gonna keep and then you
I feel sick to my stomach.
Do you?
Yeah, I feel sick to my stomach. Really sick to my stomach.
I feel really, really good.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, drop. Yeah. Can't cast that though. If I cast that, I'm dead. Pass turn. I can't do much myself right now either. I need more lands because I have to keep 2 mana for EE at all times or I'm dead.
I'm gonna say go ahead.
and die. Play it first.
No,
So then, what happens is this gets encountered to the second ability, and then it puts the counters on. So then this gets them. Because otherwise, you would play this.
That's kind of painful, actually. I just realized that. Spyglass.
Like no.
Response? Snapcaster Mage?
Yeah.
Target remix?
Yeah.
I'll remand it.
Sure.
Draw a card off.
It's not sure. It's not. It's just the sequence.
Sure.
It's just the
Look at your hand.
where, like, just because this, you don't need to have this in play already.
Stony Silence, huh?
Yeah, I drew this one too late.
Yeah, because if you get Stony Silence, you shut off my E and I'd be dead.
But I'm still gonna beat you. If you pick Ink Moth, I'm gonna beat the living crap out of you with
Oh
the
yeah,
Snapcaster
it's
Mage.
gonna suck. Ink Moth is what I'm picking.
Sure.
Like, you just layer everything. ETB. So,
And I'll pass.
You are about to take the biggest Snapcaster beat of your life.
Okay.
and then we put in the hierarchy.
So you chose Ink Moth.
Yeah. I might just be dead.
Yes.
Like I can't help it.
So then, this ability is on the stack, and it reserves or results in reverse. So
You have no mana open.
then,
You might have something crazy.
and then this one gets it.
This.
It is my
I'm gonna Cigar to Sage.
Sure.
No, I know.
You gonna cast your big thing and then smash me for 12?
I was hoping to come. Skin. I'll watch it. Top deck. Pass turn.
Combat.
Swing? Sure. Cast your
Blocks.
thing? Nope. I don't have it.
Flash and Hammer.
Sure, you got her. Take 12, go to 5.
You just saw you flip the lightning bolt, so.
I might be dead, might not. We'll find out.
Go ahead.
Tap, draw. Time to find out if I'm dead. Bridge.
Sure.
Might not be dead yet.
Yep.
Pass turn. Can't remember if you have bolts, but if you have bolts, I'm in trouble.
4. So you've cast 4 spells now.
6 to 3.
No,
Oh,
because you phased the suit in the beginning. Didn't you?
this was
You're one
Oh
mana
no, yeah,
open.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
so with the attack before.
So it would be up for 4.
I'm gonna tear the bridge.
You got her. Game 3.
A lot of really big answers. Like bridge
But I
is
have
bad
to-
for
it
me.
takes too
I
much
have to
mana.
work around bridge, and I have to work
If
around
you're fast though, I can't do anything.
Chalice.
Like I'm
That's-
too
That's
slow. I
kind of
think.
the problems for me.
I feel like I'm too slow.
Although I'm gonna keep this hand.
I'm definitely mauling this hand. I had a bunch of lands, a Spyglass, and a Crucible Worlds. Seems pretty good.
I mean, if you name the hammer, like I can get a sword.
Doesn't matter because you don't need to. It's the spell that makes it equip. I'm pretty sure. Does it say you can equip it for 0? Or does it say equip this artifact too?
Attach it.
Attach it so it wouldn't stop hammering. That's why I didn't
Yeah, but I
do
still
hammer.
have to cast the hammer though.
Yeah, it doesn't prevent you from casting it. It just says you can't activate its abilities. It's
No, I
Pithing
can.
Needle.
Oh yeah, Pithing Needle. But I'm talking about if you chalice.
Oh, by Chalice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about the Spyglass. Oh, and one of these has to go to bottom. This hand.
No, the Spyglass is the least of my worries because I do have other beaters.
This hand was so good, but I had 2 lands and they're both Teleria lists. So it's too slow. So I have to go to 5 now. This is probably all you now. I just whipped on my draws.
I don't know, man.
I could have a Pure Gas.
Said
Like I could
you
turn
have-
1 Chalice.
You have a turn, yeah. Like if you,
I'd have to have Pure Gas though.
yeah, you'd have.
I'd have to have
so it
1
runs
land.
Spirit Guides.
2, 3, 4, 5 Mox Opals.
Oh yeah. I suppose you'd have to have a couple of 0
You'd have to
drops.
have, yeah, like I said, it has to be Pure Gas. But theoretically you could get there. Sure.
Okay.
This is bad, but this is good it's gonna get. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Derek.
Play a steam vent to go to 18.
Sure.
Say go.
Suggested thought. Playing against a deck, I don't have artifact destruction. I run artifact destruction.
Yeah.
You might almost put out the hammer before I can get a chalice on one.
Yeah.
Might be a way
The
to
problem with putting out the hammer right away is
play.
that
If I get an EE, I guess.
then I need magnetic theft.
Yeah.
If I don't play the
Oh,
hammer,
right, 'cause the
Cigar
white
Dazade
one-
Flash equips it.
Yeah.
Right?
Scalding turn. Pass.
And tap upkeep draw. Play Glacial Fortress.
Yeah.
And throw out Cigar Dazade.
Sure.
I'll say go.
Fetch. I drew Crucible Worlds in almost all my hands. I put it on the bottom though. It's like, I don't need you right away. You're the wing con. A wing con. Not even the wing con I want to use right now. I probably should have boarded the thing out. Steam Vents taps.
Sure.
Put it on tap on my
Killed my
turn.
thing naming Daybreak last turn, top decks it, and then that's how he won the last game. Curtis is over the moon right now. I feel his
Draw.
excitement.
Wilding Jar. For 0.
Sure.
No response. Fetch.
You've only cast one turn, right? Pretty satisfying. That's two best now. Yeah, I'm gonna lose into. Wait, you won? I guess. Is that multiplied? Because I misplayed. I don't know. I really don't think that's doing. If you have enough to do it again, should have kept his deck.
Spell Pierce.
Yeah, you got her. Go ahead. It's probably about to get really bad for me.
Not yet.
And then you're attacking.
I'm gonna say go ahead.
Untap.
Take another 2. Hang it once and then 3 copies. What hurts? Because what I was wait for you to attack.
He's not a good player right now. Guess
I remember I made 9
You got another bridge.
wish I had another bridge.
That's why it's so broken.
So what does this do? It's still in the stack.
Tap 2 untapped artifacts you control. It deals 1 damage to target creature.
What I was going to do, if I wasn't quite
I have 1 artifact currently.
Overall, I won 1 and then I lost 1.
And remand that.
Sure.
Draw for remand.
Go ahead.
Draw for turn.
Maybe I should dip white and play the Teferi in this deck. Because when your win cons get countered, it's
Gonna
bad.
fetch.
Yeah.
I'll put myself right down to 15.
Okay. Do you just have it this way? I guess no, your creature's in the base. But you can pretty much win this turn.
They're triggered on Abdul 1 and 2. What do you have?
I had 2, but I think I made
No, it's just like watching Abdul show. Daybreak, beautiful. Yeah. I didn't see the double one.
Did Jared just play a Boggles match with humans and not name Daybreak with Metal Mage?
I have no idea what Jared does. Okay, I'm gonna
Hit 2, Bladed Agent.
Blade Agent. And then I'm gonna say go ahead.
Or actually, no, sorry. I take that back.
Fetch.
And casting Fire Master. Like then, I'm going to attack on Earth. Outward.
I have to go all in or I'm dead. If I go all in, I'm probably dead. I think you've just got this, Dave.
Remains to be seen.
Because as long as you don't let my chalices resolve, I think you can win.
So what is Whir of Invention?
3.
You're
What does it do?
You're whirring for 3.
Yeah.
So you're going to search your library for a
For
card, convert
artifacts,
a mana cost
X or less,
3.
3 or less, and put it onto the battlefield.
A Spell Pierce.
You got it. Good game.
Good game. Yeah, I got the hammer.
Yeah, I know you have the hammer, and I can get this out, but it'll be a
Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed having a look at my modern Jeskai Hammer Time deck. If you can think of any improvements I could make to the deck, please let me know in the comment section below. Alright, bye for now.